pretty much. They have a sign that's like, here, this is a, how does it say? It says, feel a fossil. Bones aren't the only thing. And then there's a fossil that says, this is a real fossil. Give it a gentle touch. What do you think it is? And then when you open it up, it says, it's dinosaur poop. I was like, oh, that's great.
It's like, congratulations, we got you to touch poop.
That's right.
So,
well, I mean, the Brits aren't very hygienic. I mean, just take a look at their teeth.
Wow. It's all that stuff tea.
Yeah.
So Golden, did the group give you any input into what happened last time?
No, nobody has told me anything. I'm assuming I guarded the hell out of the house.
We thought you were guarding the hell out of the cockpit.
I guarded the hell out of a cockpit. Don't mind me.
Yep.
Good thing they hollered.
Engineering.
They hollered for backup as you saw some alarms going off in the cockpit.
Okay. And I said, hell no, and I didn't go.
Oh no, this was the end of the session. You did come.
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to join us, you totally did.
We have about six turns left before the ship blows up.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So the worst part about Dave not being here is he had hacked the scavenger computers and already had access to it that they weren't aware of.
Oh.
And this little green blip right here is a Jawa that we have conscripted.
Okay.
He would like nothing more than to run, especially since the ship is set to blow up. But so far, we've been keeping him around. He was one of two Jawas that started over here, which is why you see those two circles. Got them over to here before knocking them out, which is why we have some Z's on the one that's remaining. And now the one that's awake is down here.
Alrighty then.
This is the elevator we came in through. Further down halfway is a room that had some battle droids that we managed to clear out. I had a beautifully lucky shot, which opened this next door to the south for us. So we now have access to this last room, which scares the shit out of me because I'm seeing these 5 yellow boxes and there are only 4 of us here tonight.
It's fine.
It is definitely an Utini moment. So yeah, I was thinking that I am totally going to grab the Jawa and force his ass forward with us.
Do it.
Do it.
That's going to be great. I'm sure he's going to like it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we're either successful or it's a TPK and we start a new campaign. So
it can't be a TPK because one of our members isn't here.
But his body's here. His player is not.
Yeah.
Got it.
Jim will change the trap to he got jettisoned into outer space, and at the start of next session, he'll have a whopping 10 minutes of oxygen to survive before he succumbs to suffocation in space. Yeah.
As we just see him clutching his throat in his armor, going gasping.
Right as he floats through space.
We won't see anything, Jim, because we'll be dead.
You'll be one with the Force. You'll see everything.
Okay, so who are we missing for Destiny?
We've only had 2 people roll so far.
Yeah.
I have not
rolled so far.
Me think my
ah,
pool
ah.
and roll. You are welcome.
Oh, look at that. 4 light side to 1 dark side. Nothing can go wrong.
It's probably fine.
So conveniently at that exact moment as everyone rolls vigilance, you totally hear the turbo lift behind you guys open. As we had a whole bunch of shit happening last time. As you said, we totally have our friend the Jawa here that was gonna open the force field, but he totally didn't have to. We have poor Bram who was taken down to full threshold of wounds and had to take a stim pack to come back to life-ish.
Damn.
Heavy on the ish. Because I've
Ish.
taken that was my 3rd stim pack, I am 2 above consciousness. I got 2 hit points.
Jim, you said you wanted vigilance initiative rolls, yes?
Yep.
No.
I'll take that.
Oh dear, that does not bode well for me. But more importantly, brave Diesel with the access codes to the computer went bravely rushing in here, I see. And as he does, you see him running, and all of a sudden there's this magnetic hum that you hear. He starts to fly up off the ground and then gets slammed down through the bulk plating on the floor that opens up with hinged mouth-like trapness. As you see, he gets sucked into the floor into a trap. Obviously, there's some type of gravity generator trap.
Oh no!
As I remove Diesel from the map, the guy who had the access codes, as you clearly hear another wonk 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 wonk, engines overheating, detonation in 1 minute, which is 6 turns.
Do we have anyone that's talky at all? I'm like 2s and everything, and 2 greens at that. Except for leadership.
I'm good at talking if it's lying to them.
I am also 2 green.
I mean, Jeff, you could potentially be lying to him because I was thinking to tell the Jawa that there's no way in hell he'll make it off this ship unless he stops that explosion from happening.
Yeah. Basically, I've got a yellow and 3 green in deception, so that is my best talky skill.
I will leave it up to you to try to deceive said Jedi or Jawa, not Jedi.
Yeah.
Geez.
The Jawa
Yes,
was like, I got promoted.
So yes, I will run some bullshit about how helping us and
stopping the countdown is his only chance of survival.
And that maybe he be a honorary Mandalorian or something.
We will adopt you into our clan because this is the way.
That is a lovely piece of bullshit. I'm here for it.
Okay, so you're going to bullshit the little guy.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me your deception check. What was that about?
I have no idea. Well, a bunch of advantage, but that's
probably every.
I'm wondering why you didn't use a light side for that.
Every word you're going coughing up one of your organs that you just rearranged.
Yes.
So the Jawa looks up at you, tilts its little hooded head, puts its hands on its hips, and goes, seriously? Which is more of a "Uti! Ooh, TT!" Which totally translates to Jawa of, we are Jawas of action. Lies do not become us.
Lies do not become us.
So what would you like for those 4 advantages?
Well, I'd like it is if he could, still, realize that we do need him. So, like, if he could help us out here, even though look beyond the lies to hey.
Look beyond the lies. It's probably fine.
You have a firm belief that the little guy realizes the ship is exploding, and he does realize that you haven't killed him like his friend that's out cold.
I will follow that thing is that you are a kobold of action. You're a
Kobold.
man of action. Well, can we get some action? We do need the. We would all like to get off of this place alive.
As he goes "Uti!" and points over to the back the direction you guys came from, and when you follow his little tiny finger, you totally see that there's against the wall emergency escape pods. As he goes, and he gives you the uppy gesture of pick me up and take me to the pot.
I almost want to shoot the pot.
Hey, all you need is 3 advantages, and you can shoot the control panel and eject the pod into spaces or whatever else you would like.
So, Jim, with my jetpack, how far can I fly in one turn?
You can go
if I full move?
medium distance.
So 60 feet, basically?
Yep.
All right, so basically to about right here. Right here.
Oh, so in the engineering room, you're thinking of flying full tilt?
Yep, we've already cleared this room, and we know that Dizo was kind enough to clear the traps for us.
You think he cleared all of the traps on his own?
My story, I'm
Yes,
sticking
you
with it.
100% did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first we have first initiative slot was to try to talk the Jawa into helping you guys, which he's totally willing to do. He's obviously you've discovered he's not the best mechanic, but he realizes you guys can shoot the doors out, and that works. He will try his best to survive. Let me move that back. There we go. So who's going next? As you hear over the comms there, leave while you can, Mandalorians! If you leave now, you might survive! I will go down with my ship as the captain should!
So yeah, I'll fly up to there.
Okay, we got a lucky contestant flying full tilt through the engineering area with the lightning bolts in the ceiling and the chains and the wires and the interesting things are right around here. Thanks to David not being here today, he's established that there are, in fact, booby traps there.
Okay,
Do me
highlight
a
it again. I had
right there. So do me a favor. As you are flying through doing your Superman impersonation, you immediately feel some struggling going on. Now, the
Mhm.
question is, would you like to not do an action or would you like to do a pilot planetary?
I can try a pilot planetary.
Okay. And I see there was a upgrade spent. Is that for your skill
Yep.
check there?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a check as immediately you hear that vroom, 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 vroom sound as soon as you come flying through. And you feel all of a sudden your arms and legs are kind of woojy compared to what they should be feeling at with the jetpack thrusting at this distance. But with your newfound amazing piloting skills, is that the right dice pool there?
For me, it is.
It is. You got
Yep.
a agility of 5 now.
For my piloting planetary, I have 5 dice, and I have
Okay.
agility 5. Yes.
Okay. Just checking. You nimbly avoid the repulsor lift trap that kind of pulls you up and then tries to slam you down as you gas the jetpack to get right past it in time. And you have 2 advantages.
So I'm kind of playing off of that lovely little reveal vulnerability. Somehow, as I was flying through it, it became very clear where the control is that is controlling this particular trap.
Ooh, I will definitely give that to you. As you totally saw a control panel blip to life right here when you came through. Obviously,
Perfect.
that panel is controlling the little gravity wave. As you totally Supermaned past it. And wouldn't you know it, I just got a response from David from like a message from
Yep.
2 days ago.
And he is typing another message.
He is. I think he's
Mm.
spamming all the messages in the same chat. Okay, so you fly through and you opted to use your piloting skill to not be sucked into the trap. Anything for a second maneuver? If you want to take 2 strain?
Um,
I mean, second maneuver could get you right to that panel.
it could, but I was actually thinking of just in Star Wars fashion shooting it.
Ah, but see, the piloting check was your action.
Right, which is why I'm not going to shoot it this turn.
You could take
So I
2
think
strain
I'm
and aim.
What's that?
You could take 2 strain and aim at it, so you get an extra blue dice this round.
Except that I won't be able to shoot it until next turn, so I'll just aim then.
But you can aim then too and get 2 blue dice.
Fairly confident in my ability to shoot it.
Okay. All right, so who's going next?
Well, let's see here. So
The Jawa again points to the escape pod and goes, Uti! And gives the uppy hands.
we want to shoot here.
Red blob, yep.
Did you point that out to the team?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Trap
then
and
yes.
ceiling, magnetic. Control panels there.
Okay, I am going to shoot the panel or shoot the thingy.
You're gonna shoot
Not
the
gonna aim.
panel?
Actually, no.
And
Since I'm not moving, I'm not. I can.
okay, is there any besides the blue dice? Is there any other bonuses I need to give or reduce the purple dice for any special talents you got?
Does it have the um uh
Defense is the word
ranged
you're looking for?
Because I have precise aim. Does it have ranged defense?
It in fact does have range defense.
Then yes, I will use precise.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's at long range, which is 3 purple. Do you have anything that reduces those 3 purple?
My my weapon is long range, so don't think I have. No.
Okay, then your pool is ready unless you want to flip a light side. I take it that's a no, you don't want to flip a light side.
No, I don't want to flip a light side.
Okay, so immediately she gives a blast out with her hunting blaster and the panel explodes. And for the 2 threats, when it explodes, let's pick a color you guys can see. An emergency blast door shuts right there due to the explosion. I gotta give those purple dice some credit. They tried their damnedest. Okay, anything for an extra maneuver or anything like that for you?
No.
Any snide remark when your shot destroys the console?
No.
Dead professional silence.
Yep.
As all of a sudden over the speakers, stop blowing up my ship! Stop shooting it up! You Mandalorians should just leave!
My gun is not long range, and I don't want to go into a room that has a magnetic trap. I'm going to definitely get stuck.
Kelly destroyed the trap.
Oh, great! Then I'm gonna move forward. I thought that it was still there. I'm gonna go ahead. Hold on, because it's my turn, right? Me and
Yep.
Jeff.
Yep, it is your turn. Because Jeff went first trying to convince the Jawa, who's just like, life pods, let's go. This way is life.
All right, so I'm gonna move in. I'm gonna try and be brave. Probably gonna die.
You'll be fine. Tell the
At that
TPK
moment,
that is.
your little Jawa friend is running past Bram and heading towards the life pod. And he looks at you, Bram, and points to the life pod. Let's go. You and me. We'll take off.
We can ditch these losers. Let's go.
You can carry me and call me the child.
Thank goodness that's not creepy. All right.
Okay, something unseen is happening elsewhere. As somebody is doing a thing and a thing to make a thing happen.
Hopefully they're doing something to stop this fucking ship from blowing.
And they
Right.
are doing an amazing thing. As all of a sudden you guys feel this like vibration, all except for, a certain Mandalorian on his jetpack right now. A vibration kind of shakes the floors. There's a shimmy, but there's like it's almost like a humming vibration. Somebody put their back massager on the deck plating. And then there's the random vibration of the ships swaying and moving in space. So top of the order, you got a door here that's closed. Safety protocols for the
So,
exploding panel.
Jim, question.
What's your question?
If I were to, like, say, use a missile on said blast door, number one, am I far enough away? And number two, could I do it without blowing massive holes in, through the hull?
I mean, if you don't suck, the second question, the answer is yes. And what's the blast of your missile?
10?
10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you should be safe from where you are currently.
Unless I screw up, is what I'm hearing.
Unless you screw up, yeah.
Okay, so I would like to spend this round preparing my missile launcher.
Okay. So prepare is just a maneuver, by the way.
So I could still shoot it?
Means you could still shoot it, yeah, as long as you're spending your maneuver to prepare.
Okay.
As you lean over, I'm assuming you're landing with your jetpack, or are you going to be floating in the air, aimed towards the?
Oh no, I will totally land to do that. Yes.
Okay. So you land and you bend over so your missile sticks out like the classic Boba Fett action figure.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to go ahead and take that shot.
And I see you already rolled the dark side.
I did flip a dark side.
See how you are.
Yep. That's exactly
All right.
how I did.
Ready, set, go.
Yep.
Oh, shucks.
That's pretty good. So you fire off the missile, and what does it look like when it obliterates that blast door that's shut?
Yeah, it's kind of like in Return of the Jedi when they blast open the blast door on the the Imperial outpost. Just massive explosion, and the edges of the door are all crumpled inward.
Okay, so there's very conveniently a more than person-sized hole now in that hatch as smoke is slowly settling in the environment. Okay, so who's going next? There's dead silence except for the floor that's vibrating.
I can tell you one thing, it's not me.
I am unsure of what to do.
I
You could
mean,
always
at this
bravely
point,
charge through the hole.
all of us need to move forward, and hopefully one of the two people bringing up the rear tries to encourage by either pushing or doing something to move the Jawa along.
Well, the Java is moving himself along towards the escape pods.
Hey, he is asking permission if you want to go with him.
Well, I can't really see what's going on back there, but from a meta level, I leave it up to you.
Okay, well, I will be ready to go next. And before I make any move, I'm going to look at the Java that says, no, we're going this way. And
Are you
Point your
gonna
gun at
try
him.
to coerce him? I will give you an upgrade because you did spend 3 of those advantages to try to sway him.
yes, and I'll use a light side.
So you want
And
2 upgrades. Look at you.
I do. I would like it, and I would like an actual success in this. Okay. Here
Don't roll yet.
comes my
Don't no
cool.
don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. Gotta put the Jawas in there. Okay. Now you can roll.
Ready?
How the hell? As you are trying to coerce him into it, and he's just shaking his head, giving you the universal symbol for Jawa. And then he gives you uppies and points to the escape pods.
Okay.
Can we please make like a tree and leave?
All right. If I can I do any movement?
Yeah, you just did an action, so you can still do a movement.
I can do what? 30.
Yep.
All right.
As you go running off, the Jawa sadly slaps his sides with his hands, giving that pouty kid look of,
This is not what I wanted.
it was good to know you, friend. Don't die. So who's going next?
I'm gonna keep trying to catch up. So
this is the blast door, right?
It's now open. The blast door has been blasted.
when we look through, what do we see?
You definitely see there's flashing lights, emergency lights flashing, regular light, fluorescent lights blinking in and out. There's some kind of ominous vibrating hum that's constant. I can only keep drumming that one so much before I can goad someone to possibly give me a skill check for their action to get more information. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Or you can spend your action to go through the hole and double move. That's
Would it
an
be
option.
perception?
It would be perception, yeah.
I'll try to perceive what's going on.
Okay, give me just a sec. Let me put your pool in there. It's going to be
And I assist her and give her a blue.
How is your assisting with a missile launch?
Oh yeah, I suppose I can't really do anything else this turn, huh?
But you did use a light side and brought balance to the force.
Mm-hmm.
So with all the crazy exploding,
perception is not one of my skills, so let's go.
I think I got faith in you doing this. With the explodiness and the flashing emergency lights and the console that's still smoking like someone shot a road flare into it, go ahead and give me your perception check.
A perfectly
That's
good
weird.
roll.
I got nothing.
It seems that there's so much distraction going on between the sparks and the light and the flashing lights in there. You have a sense that there's something wrong inside that hole your friend just blew in the door, but you don't know exactly what. You could, if you want, take 2 strain and go through the hole anyway.
No, thank you though.
Okay, I can only tempt you so much.
I appreciate the offer.
And what is our sniper gonna do? Is the Jawa looks at you and goes, Uti, 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 and points to the escape pod like, seriously, you and I can escape.
We still need the Jawa though, right?
Nope, I would forget the Jawa and double move.
I will be honest with you, the Jawa's mechanic skills as a single Jawa is only 2 purple. Does anyone in the group have better than, 2 green? Does anyone have better than 2 green for mechanics?
I am going to double move.
I've got 3 green.
I think you're better than a Jawa.
So, how did your double move get you that far?
Oh, sorry.
You like Superman across the room. So, like, you get that far.
I can't move.
Okay, so you double move. You were literally double timing it with your rifle swinging as you look past the part of the floor, kind of momentarily tap on it that you saw your friend disappear through the bulkhead and run past. Are you using your action as a second maneuver, or are you taking 2 strain for a second maneuver and still getting your action?
I am running out of strain.
So just save it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the.
My temptation will totally be use up all your strain. Yes.
Well,
Of course it would.
Deplete the resources one move at a time.
I don't know
Okay.
until you fell down unconscious. You know.
At this point, the Jawa is going to say, "Oh, my Mandalorian friends, I'm going to say Didi Mao," and he runs away. And jumps
Goodbye, little
into
man.
the escape pod all Spaceballs style, but does not have the action to click the button to eject. Yes, it's literally that scene from Spaceballs when everyone's going to the escape pods. And then somebody is doing something else.
Jeff, you have a good perception, right?
I do. Would you like me to perceive something?
I'm
Are you
thinking
more
you go
perceptive
first
than
next
a Jawa?
round.
Probably.
You go first next round, get up to the door and take a look.
Okay.
And that constant low vibrating humming sound you were hearing just like tripled in tempo, and you could feel the vibration through your boots with no problem.
I really didn't want to use my missile yet. Oh well.
What? You blew up the door. It was beautiful. So top of the order, who's doing what?
That's going to be me. I'm going to get ahead of everybody and perceive.
So you're stopping at the exploded blast door?
Yeah? Because I need to see what's going on before, what are we working with before, blindly going through.
You sure you don't want to just step in there first and then look?
I'm going to follow what Gunter said is a good thing for me to do, which is run up to it and peek in.
Okay. So you go to the exploded blast doors where his missile just took a nice chunk out of both the doors. So there's a beautiful open pathway there with debris blasted all on the inside. The vibration's even more intense when you get up to the door. And go ahead and take your perception check as you kind of woozily feel that you've only got 2 wounds left as you look
Yeah.
through the portal. Ah, damn. As soon as you look through, you kind of like give it all a quick glance. There's some flashing red emergency lights. There's some flashing, regular neon lights in there. Almost forgot to put that there. You hear a automated computer voice say, "Engines will erupt in 30 plus seconds." And more importantly, for a second there, you kick one of the pieces of debris that the rocket blew up at the door. And as soon as it goes tink, tink, tink into this room, immediately you notice a arc of bluish purple electricity arc around the floor and vaporize the chunk.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not good.
As it seems that the floor is currently electrified and someone upped the amperage from merely shocking to lethal. It's almost like he rolled really well with those 5 successes and 2 advantages.
are we
Yes.
saying the floor is
Now with
floor is
those four successes, did the electricity arc high, off the ground to it, or did it basically just zap it once it hit the ground?
You believe from what you saw, anything that's within like a foot or 2 of the floor will probably be getting shocked in one form or another. And go ahead and take 1 strain as you gasp and the scent of ozone hits you.
Yeah. I will share with the team that the floor is trapped. It is super lava, so I think all of us with our jetpacks in hover mode is probably the best.
I do believe the code word
probably
is
a good
the
idea.
floor is Mustafar.
Yes, the floor is Mustafar.
Are you gonna take any extra strain for second maneuver?
Nope, I think I'm done for this turn.
Okay. So who's going next?
I'm okay with going next.
Hit it.
I would like to fly.
Okay. This type of maneuver will require a piloting check along with the maneuver.
Figured as much.
Oh, look at you giving me those light side points back. I like it. Okay, go ahead and give me your piloting check. Beautifully. You Superman like you're swimming through the opening there. And how far in are you going?
I do believe 30 gets me to about there-ish, one right there.
Okay, as you clearly see the floor is humming.
Yep. So, per my advantages there, any vulnerabilities that might bring down this field, or
Oh. So I will point out there is a gentleman over here. He looks like a Duros. He's wearing heavy duty boots, you notice. Very, very, salvagey, 3-inch lift stripper shoe boots. And he's wearing a salvager's uniform, which is basically meant to insulate from acid, electricity, and space. And his helmet is up, and he looks at you and gulps. And for vulnerabilities, I will give you that you notice this console here and this console here that he's working on seem to have cables going straight to the floor. And maybe, just maybe, if somebody goes over there and either does a mechanics or shoots it with enough advantage to justify the Star Wars rule, it might stop the electrification on the floor. And he, by the way, sees you, and he doesn't seem to have any weapons other than a welding torch on his side.
So can I, because that was my maneuver, right? Can I still take an action?
You can still take an action.
So can I shoot said control panel?
You want to shoot the control panel, huh?
I would like to.
And that's at short range.
That's short range?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Yeah.
And you got the pool ready?
Your pool is ready. And were you shooting on full auto or single shot? I'm assuming single shot.
Thinking full auto.
Then do me a favor. I'll clear my dice pool and roll me a
Wait a minute. No, you're right. Let's go ahead and let's just go with single. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I just remembered. Because I looked at the 2 advantage. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Well, full auto, but no. And I mean, I wouldn't mind re-rolling, but let's just go with single because that's what I actually rolled.
You're
So.
afraid of a single purple giving a single failure and missing completely? I understand. Okay,
Yeah.
so what is your total damage on the control panel?
15 with Pierce 4.
Okay, you shoot the control panel and it explodes in this guy's face. He kind of puts his hands up to protect himself from the shower of sparks. And the control panel is dead.
And the floor is no longer Zappa Zappa.
The floor still seems Zappa Zappa.
Like maybe someone needs to destroy the other control panel.
Or would have rolled 1 extra advantage and I would have given it to you. And what would you like for your 2 advantages?
For my 2 advantages, let me give whoever goes next Kelly a blue. Wait, that only takes 1 advantage, right? Whoever goes next.
Yep. Unless you want to next is a blue is a single advantage, or specifically a person is 2 advantages.
So I'll give next a blue and I'll take back a strain.
Okay. So who's going next?
You want to go next, Kel?
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that, who should go next, but whoever goes next might want to stop at the door and take a shot from there at this control panel.
Or they should run in there and do it by hand.
No, okay. Stop for the door.
They could fly with their jetpack.
I don't have a jetpack. I have
Oh.
rocket.
Ooh, I thought you had a jetpack.
No, I opted for the rocket boots with the
With the
rocket
stabilizer?
But
She was going
that
for
will
the cheaper ones.
Got it.
Yeah. Well, because I upgraded my weapon.
We now have all the light side points, so be sure to use them frivolously, except that Kelly, you can't right now.
I know, because he just flipped the point.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I moved. I'm going to shoot the.
Are you going to take 2 strain to aim?
I would encourage it.
I would discourage it.
Of course you would. You're the DM. How much strain do you have?
Well, with this now I'm only at 3.
She's fine.
I lowered it to aim.
Roger.
So I've got 3 now.
I think that's
Let's
reasonable.
put it this way: out of all of you, she's the least tired.
No, I'm the least tired. I still have 9 strain left.
I have 12. No, I have 7.
I have 5 strain. I am tired and wounded and just wanted to get
You're
back
a
to
little
the
dizzy.
Yeah.
You almost met the great Mandalore in your little dream you temporarily had. So
The great Mandalorian in the sky.
Go ahead and take your shot when you're ready.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, you got a whole bunch of strain back if you want it.
So, for your 13 points of damage, what does it look like when you shoot this? Control panel.
It basically explodes, and it turns off the thingy, like you hear the and it like out,
The
and now
hum
there's
completely cuts out.
sound. Yeah.
And then you got 8 advantage to spend.
Okay. I am going to take back 5 strain.
So, Kelly, I've got a fun one for you.
Uh-huh.
So take back 5 strain. That'll still leave you with 3 advantage. With your 3 advantage, you're shooting that control panel, caused a feedback loop that caused another mini explosion on the other one, which knocked our bad guy prone.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Perfect. I was actually going to. I had already added 5 back and was gonna take the third to knock him prone, but that just sounds cooler with the taking out the other.
Immediately, he puts his hands back as you hear the exploding, and he is knocked back prone from the control panel. That's good. And that leaves just one person bringing up the rear.
And you can now come into the room.
As you come
I'm
boldly
going to come in the door.
between them.
Right? I'm going to come through and around.
And when you come through, you totally see this Duros guy wearing, salvager, scrapper gear on the ground, knocked back from the exploding console as there's smoke coming from each of the 2 consoles. And for some reason, these wires you see dangling aren't moving at all.
The wires that we see dangling aren't moving at all.
Before
that sounds weird.
They were kind of shaking with electricity.
Oh, got it.
But
now they're completely inert, not electrifying the floor. Darn, I was hoping to get somebody with a bug zapper.
You did try. You were trying to push us to step through the door. But thankfully, a good perception roll prevented disaster.
And it would have been a disaster.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah, well, especially it's like the one that he was trying to goad into it is the guy with 2 hit points.
Right?
Then comes the fun part of you guys see him jellyfishing on the floor. What are you going to do? Does anyone have a non-metallic grapple gun?
Right?
So is Chaff going to do anything after she steps in?
I'm looking around trying to see what is going on in this space.
You clearly
could take a shot at our
this control panel here. And
here. Okay, yeah.
And this control panel here are both echoing that the ship's integrity is compromised and will self-destruct. Basically, the 3 yellow boxes, the control panels are all saying the same thing. In very annoying
5 yellow boxes. Oh God.
So I'm wondering, is it worthwhile to try to shoot at it? It's just shooting doesn't change the message, but will shooting make the issue stop?
You can try. Never hurts to try.
Never hurts to try. Okay, I'm going to
I don't think that rule is
shoot.
entirely true. What about poison?
Then you have others try it. I'm gonna try and shoot this one right here.
Okay. Thankfully, those are not armor plated whatsoever. And it's at short range for you. And are you aiming as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 strain to aim.
Yes.
Okay, your dice pool is ready.
Excellent.
Roll all the advantages. Kelly showed you the way.
Right.
Okay.
I'm following in her footsteps where I got 1 success, but I didn't have as many advantages.
Are you willing to use all 3 to shut down that terminal and buy you some time?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes, I am.
you shoot that terminal, and all of a sudden it's warning you that 30 seconds to engine overload, blah 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 blah, all the warning signs, warning signs, warning signs. You shoot that console, and through sheer Star Wars violence, it blows up. And when it does, you notice the other 2 consoles go from saying it's going to blow up in 30 seconds to back to 40 seconds.
Oh, okay. That's helpful.
It has this glitchy glitch, and it goes from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you.
Obviously, someone was hanging around that Jawa too much, and now has the Jawa hay fever.
That's right.
It's
Hey Jim,
totally
I'm
valid.
gonna take a very quick break.
Do we need to take a quick 5?
Yep.
Yeah, let's take 5.
All right.
And then when we get back, we'll find out what Mr. Technician's gonna do. As the cat's looking
He's
at
gonna
me
have a
like,
very bad day.
why are you moving? You shouldn't be moving. I just got up to you here at the desk. You should stay here with me.
He's talking to Squeaker.
Yep, Squeaker just jumped up on the desk here. I'm thinking he's wanting dinner. So it's a good time to take a break. Oh, yeah, he's already bolting to the kitchen. I said the D word. I'll be right back.
That's right.
Must feed our feline
Hey, Kelly.
overlords.
Are you here, Kel?
Yep.
I got something for you. I need to get together with you to give it to you.
Aw, you didn't have to do that.
Well, you guys gotta
It
get
was when I was
together,
in the
honey.
Edinburgh Castle. I
Huh?
had to get you.
Actually, it's still the bottom of the order.
So
How do you figure?
is the PC going, Jim?
Because the NPC didn't get to go yet.
Yeah,
That's what, we're
That's
saying,
what I
is that
said,
it's
is
the NPC's turn.
that's what I said. Is NPC goes, and then it's the top of the order.
It's okay if you don't have anything planned for him, Jim. We could go.
Yeah.
So is everybody back?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
That was hiding.
I'll leave it to Kelly. Okay, where were we? Back to the thing. Okay, there we were. Poor guy is prone on his knees. Oh. So, Drill, how high in the air are you flying in here?
Probably like 3 feet.
Okay. So first,
Because you said
mhm.
you said roughly 2 to 3 feet of zappy when I flew in, or yeah, a foot to 2 feet of zappy when I flew into the room. So probably like another foot above that just to be safe.
Okay. So first thing he's going to do is to spend his maneuver to go ahead and get to his feet. And then he's going to take 2 strain because he can, and he's going to run up to you with that torch in his hand.
Oh, snap.
Is that a torch for you? He's holding a
No.
torch for you.
Mainly because he sees you have a massive freaking cannon and he's not going to stand that close to you and just wait to be cut down. Do you have any melee defense?
1.
That is wholly unacceptable. As the professor is going to run at you with his torch. And he has nothing that can help him with that torch attack. So he is going to go after you with everything he's got, which is not much.
It's a torch.
And apparently was not sufficient to light you on fire, which is what I was hoping for. Because having you
Does
on
Beskar burn?
fire would have been funny. So he's hitting you for 9 points of damage with that torch.
Roger.
You have a torch wielding maniac in your face. He's saying, "You're ruining everything! You're ruining it all! This should be my salvage! It's the beginning of my salvage empire!"
Okay. I hear that you're upset, friend.
And of course,
We're gonna need you to
these
calm down.
monitors over here flash that the engines are overheating in 40 seconds. Who's gonna go first?
I will.
You've got the professor wielding his flame torch in your face. Probably got this really cool jagged burn mark across your visor.
So if I go like right there, I could go right there. Either way. Yeah, so I can make it there no problem flying, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to fly it over there.
You're just going to fly right past him like he wasn't even there.
Yep, that's exactly right, because he's nothing to me.
Don't you ignore me! Waving his torch in the air.
I'll let Talish take care of him. From there, I'm going to Is that long range to... Oh, no, I'll shoot at short range at this one that I'm next to.
Okay, on full auto or single shot?
I'm going to go ahead and single shot it, but I am going to take the 2 strain to true aim.
And what does that do for you?
That gives me a blue as well as an upgrade.
Anything else? I
Yep,
was
we'll take
waiting
one of
for
those
that
too.
since you had all of them.
Yeah, I looked and saw we had all of them, and I was like, sure, we'll throw one of those in there. Why not, right?
Okay, your pool is ready. Jeebus. So, what does it look like when you eviscerate this computer node?
Yeah, just one perfect shot right through some critical component just somehow causes a cascading failure of sparks and little flames, and it just burns until it blows up.
It has this whole phosphorus meltdown moment.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you like for your 2 advantages?
Let me go ahead and give Talish a blue.
Okay.
And before anyone else goes, I would also at this point like to make use of my second wind. Once per encounter, the character may use a second wind incidental to recover an amount of strain equal to ranks in second wind.
Good time to get take a breather in the air.
Yep. I destroyed that computer and I just took a nice deep breath and...
I love the smell of ozone in the morning.
Right?
Of course, I
All right.
will point out, are you sure you want to destroy the 3rd terminal? I
Well,
see
that's why I'm thinking
since
Talish should...
you've blown up the 1st and
Actually,
the 2nd. Only the 1st one caused a slight slowdown in the engine meltdown. Are you sure you want to blow up the 3rd one or actually do computers with it?
so here was what I was actually going to suggest is that Bram try to talkie him into turning off the self-destruct.
Interesting. So who's going next?
I'm happy to come and talk to our to this guy and trying to think of what sort of bullshit I would spew for this guy about why he should be turning the really we're on your side. We're just
Simple. Tell him if he stops the self-destruct, we'll split the salvage rights with him 50-50.
sounds good. I will do that.
Thank goodness you're using this seat.
Is my pool ready, sir?
It is now.
All right. What the hell?
Wow. Nobody's fool saves them again. Okay, so you basically go up there and bullface lie to him that you'll split the salvage 50-50 for what's his. And I can tell you for those 2 failures, he looks at you and says, "It's mine! It's mine! It's all mine! You get none of this! None of it is yours! It is all mine!" But you do have 3
Leash, take him out.
What would you like for those 3 advantages? Besides somewhere in the distance seeing that Jawa hit the button and his waves goodbye all the Spaceball style as the door closes and it shoots him into space.
Does anyone have more than 2 green in mechanics or computers?
Hold on. Let me.
Not me.
I've got 3 green in computer and 3 in mechanic.
This would definitely be a computer's roll, by the way.
I do have a yellow and a green in computers, so.
We think a yellow and a green is better than 3 green?
No, I was just, I realized that it was better than 2 green. But
And a yellow gives you the option for a triumph.
Right, yellow. I'm happy to try, but I thought that yellow made his better.
Especially if he flips the light side and turns that green into a yellow too.
Yeah, so why don't, Bram, why don't you give yourself a blue or a triumph on your next turn?
Give yourself a triumph. You mean an upgrade?
Or an upgrade, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you mean
That's what I meant.
No, we were right the first time.
Yeah, a triumph. No. Give yourself an upgrade on the next turn and, spend a light side and do everything else you can do, and maybe have Chaff go over and help you so that you get her starting pool.
Sure.
You go up and you lie to the guys. So since you lied so poorly, you realize, shit, I'm going to have to hack this shit now.
Yep. But I will do
Talish,
that.
why don't you just go ahead and murderlize him?
Totally take that moment of, okay, got to go over there and hack it. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Like, why do we gotta murderize him? Can't I just knock him out?
Okay.
He's
Are
gonna
you,
get murderized.
are you going to go over there and knock him the fuck out?
Well, he's where I need to be, right?
No, you need to come down to the one remaining computer down here.
They were implying for you to come over here. But knock
All right,
the
I'm gonna
fucker
come
out
over
is
there.
what I'd say. Okay, so you're just booking it over to the computer console and you see the blinking warning lights. The engines have been set to overheat and explode. All safety protocols have been overridden.
Yep. And Bram's coming with me, right? Like,
Yes,
Well,
that's the.
Bram just took his turn to try to lie, and he did not lie effectively.
oh.
Yes.
Oh, well then, I'm gonna wait for him, and I'm gonna, like, hit this guy real hard. Or should I go over and get, like, it doesn't make sense for me to go over and get started because I'm not the person who's gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, you're gonna
If
go.
you're already there, then when I get there, then I don't have to wait for you.
So if you're gonna punch
but
him,
you could go. Yeah, Golda, you're perfectly fine. Go ahead and whack him.
are you gonna
Alright.
do it with one punch?
We
or are
have
you
all
gonna
4
punch him?
turns, Jeff. You don't have to go first
Guys,
in the order.
everybody talking over each other makes it so I can't hear.
Yeah. Golda, are you gonna punch him with one
Yes.
fist or both fists? Give him the 1-2.
One
Or
fist.
one fist? Okay, your dice pool is ready unless you wanna take some strain to aim or use a destiny point.
Nope.
Go ahead and swing away.
Yeah, that's great. So I don't hit him.
You swing and the insulated garb he's wearing just like sucks up the impact. As he says, "You
Okay.
fools! You're all going to die then! Either leave or die!" And what would you like for those 2 advantages?
I'm gonna take strain back.
It was a relaxing punch. You got your zen back.
All right.
Okay, Talish, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna see.
What was that? You kind of broke up.
I'm gonna step in so I can shoot him.
You're gonna shoot him with your buddy standing right next to him? I'm okay with that.
That's on my.
It's this guy, right?
No, that's me.
No,
That's the guy you need to shoot.
I had to go out in so far to see the map. Which is the guy?
This is the guy.
This is the guy.
Oh, then I could have hit him from there. So I'm not gonna move. I am going to not move, aim, and shoot him.
And
And
don't
if
forget
true aim applies,
I'm sorry, precise aim.
precise aim. That's it.
So you're going to take strain to reduce his defense.
I'm already taking 2 strain for the precise aim. I have rank 2 in it.
Okay, so you've negated any defense he has, which he does. Go ahead, and the only defense he's got is your buddy right next to him that he's going to try to duck behind.
Nice.
That is not what I was looking for, but you apparently found that triumph you were looking for. So how much damage are you inflicting?
Well, that would be 13 points of damage. I could crit.
You could if he's still alive.
He's still alive.
So
I can
if it's 13 before soak, he is still alive, but he looks
crit
like
that.
shit.
Critting it.
He gets staggered. The attacker may immediately attempt another free attack using the same dice pool as the original attack.
Shoot him again.
Don't you wish you used a light side point?
Ooh.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's a lot of damage.
How much damage did you just do when you only had 3 left with a soak of 3?
Well, apparently, because I got the same dice pool. Let's see here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
What does it look
19
like
before soak.
What's the triumph?
when your first attack kind of staggered him, and then you immediately pop off a second attack? What does it look like when that takes him out? Plus, you still have a triumph and an advantage to spend.
Well, I'll take the strain back for the 1 advantage.
For the 1
What do you guys think
advantage.
for the triumph? Yeah, no, I used the other 3 advantages for the crit.
No, I know. I'm agreeing.
The instructions for how to turn off this thing pops out of his pocket.
I was gonna go even crazier than that and say he falls back into this terminal and he had a dead man switch on him, and the terminal electrifies him, and instead of causing the dead man switch to blow up, it completely shorts out the self-destruct sequence.
That would be awesome.
Is that what you want?
I mean, can we? I would love to. I mean, so the self-destruct just, yeah.
I mean, that's way more complicated when my version was just his hand will hit the pad and turn it off. But okay, so you find out he has a dead man switch in his other hand as he was getting ready to torch Bram. As he falls and it shorts out, and immediately the engines cease dead. And the reactor says, coolant system re-engaging. And the rumbling, shuddering feeling of this ship moving immediately stops and is dead, eerily silent. As you're still feeling red lights flashing for warnings, but apparently with your second shot, something really cool happened besides his death was the blam blam double tap, and whatever was causing the engines to seize up like they were, you notice that there was a device in his hand that smashed into the terminal and sparked and shorted, and he twitched a couple times as Talish totally put one in his heart and one in his head.
Damn Skippy.
As there's a moment of silence as a
Oh.
Jawa was flying off into space going, Utini!
Which translates
Oh.
to shit. I guess I should have stayed on board after all.
Okay, so who's doing what next?
um,
This is how I
I'm
immediately
going
terrify you
to
guys to make you think there's more, but there's not.
right. I'm going to suggest that someone who's good at looking for things, not me, look for any weapon thingies.
What do you mean by
Weapon
What
cores.
weapon
was it that
thingies?
we were trying to acquire here?
Weapon cores. We acquired the data drives, but now we need the weapon cores. If
Now
there
the
are any.
question is, do you have 3 data drives?
No, because we blew one up.
So, as luck would have it, each one of these yellow squares are a data drive. Does someone want to go over to the last surviving one to see if they can salvage it?
Golda, you were pretty good at the salvaging stuff, right?
I think I did pretty good last time. I was able to get one out in
Yeah.
the other space.
Why don't you give that a shot? Meanwhile, I'll radio the droid to let him know that that engineering and the bridge have been secured and threats
All right.
have been eliminated.
What was the? Is it computers? What was it to get the items?
It is a computer's role.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me know when you have the dice pool ready.
I have got your dice pool ready. In fact, I'm going to give you a blue dice because, yes, the technician here got these things all fixed up and has pulled the core out a few times himself, so it's super easy to get out in an average kind of way
All right.
with a blue boost dice. And apparently your upgrade because you have the expertise from your previous experience.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Nice.
Yay!
Like a boss. And for your triumph, would you like me to give you a really cool thing as you take 1 strain pulling the core out?
Sure.
I will tell you with the pulling of the data core, since it was up and running, you go click, 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 click in the computer. And remember those weapon nodes that you were looking for? You clearly identified 2 working nodes on the way back to where you guys got on the ship where your ship's docked. So you can easily on the way out go pick those up as well.
Nice.
Excellent. I let the team know.
Because that's just a good use for triumph.
Excellent. So yes, so we can get what we need. Hey guys, has anyone seen Diesel? Do we know where he is?
Oh yeah, we should probably pick up Dizo. Now that we've returned everything to normal, maybe that trap got turned off and we can just open the hatch and get him.
That would be great. We should look for him on our way back.
As you go back and have a quick montage of ripping the trapdoor open, and you realize someone's been throwing all the garbage from engineering down the chute, and Dizo's trapped amongst all the random refuse and tubes, which are literally just a bunch of dryer tubes shoved down there with him. And you guys give him a hand out of the hole as you guys heroically head back to your ship and pull out the 2 weapon nodes that you were needing. Is there
Yep.
anything else you're doing with your 3 computer cores, which is what the job was? You stop the engines. You have the tactical battle droid's head.
Is there anything else we're supposed to be doing? Is there anything I'm missing from our
Nope, that's
goals?
everything.
What was
That's everything. Like I said, I radio as we're heading back up. I radio our droid companion and let him know that we have secured both the bridge and engineering, and figured out the hostiles, and we're heading back to the hangar bay.
Excellent, excellent. I hope the master will be proud. Did you rescue any of his technicians? I witnessed one life pod eject from the ship. Was it the technicians?
Well, unfortunately, it was a Jawa.
Well, my records show that the first team that was sent on board had 6 Jawas amongst them in the salvage team.
In that case, yes, there's one down in engineering.
Yeah.
Excellent. If you could please escort him to the ship, I'm sure my master will pay handsomely to have him returned.
All right, we'll bring that body with us. I mean, because he was just knocked out, so.
Yep, he's technically not a body, he's somebody.
Yep.
Whew.
I'll report that one crew, one of the salvage crews was found dead.
Oh, most regrettable, but my master will totally understand. Problems happen
Sometimes
when
it be that way.
salvage. He looks very small for a Jawa. Is there any chance the professor was with you as well? He was in charge of the second team.
Well, he was here. Yeah, he's not with us anymore.
Oh dear, is his next of kin will be rewarded, of course, as the professor was well regarded as a salvage expert from all things regarding the Clone Wars.
He did go a little off from normal, and he's no longer with us.
Oh, most regrettable. But I'm sure you did your best.
I sure did.
As a consolation prize, we did recover this droid head for you.
Oh, excellent. This is a beautiful piece of vintage Clone Wars era tactical battle droid.
I do believe if you try to activate it, it will come back to life. I would just make sure that it isn't able to access any systems it's connected to.
By the maker, that would be very dangerous. Do you know these tactical droids had almost active sentience so they could do their jobs effectively without human supervision?
Well, it was running the bridge.
A terrible design flaw, if you ask me.
Indeed. Shall we depart?
Excellent. My master has been reaching out trying to contact you multiple times. If you would like to board your craft, if I may go with you, so we may let my master know that you have the situation well in hand.
Very well. Make it so.
And he will happily unlock his mag lock from the hatch there and join you guys on your ship, carrying the little tactical battle droid head. As you come back to your employer, who's quite upset about how far the ship has moved out of the salvage lanes. It's practically out of the salvage buoys.
Well,
that is a shame. What about our payment?
Number one, you didn't say anything about not moving it. Number two, it was your crewman who moved it.
And he's like, my crewman? So, who you saying this Jawa moved the ship?
Your Duros, or is that right? Is it Duros?
Duros, yeah, he was a Duros.
Yeah.
Are you saying the professor?
He did go rogue. He was claiming the salvage was his own.
Why, that crooked son of a bitch. Did you handcuff him on the ship?
We terminated him.
Oh,
He
oh
was
my.
not willing to go quietly.
Well, I guess you're professionals. You had to do what was required to get the job done, and I approve of this.
He was armed and dangerous.
Done just to kill us.
That was right. He was armed with a torch,
Yeah.
and not a British one.
Your job was to
But he did
return.
have some nasty little booby traps.
Your job was to secure the cargo, so that should be sufficient then. And you have all of the nodes?
Yep, as well as the 2 weapons cores.
Excellent, excellent. He totally, grabs one of the nodes, plugs it into a console there, then he comes back for another node all greedily, plugs it into a console, then grabs the third one and plugs it into a console, and you see there's 3 different like droid brains tinkering away on them. Excellent.
Speaking of droid brain, we also have this droid head.
Ah, yes, master. I was carrying this for you. Your friends have captured you this droid brain. And he's like,
Careful what you plug that into.
He goes over and pops the top of the head and puts it down and takes a little slicer deck and sticks the jack into the head on his slicer pad and starts opening it up and hacking away on it. As he just gives you a bunch of and
So that's a little creepy, but okay.
As we get a slice off here, let's see what we get. As he goes, aha! Most of the data files are still intact on this droid. You don't know what kind of separatist treasures we could find from the Clone War eras on it. I do, however, notice there's 3 distinctive blocks of memory core that has been purged. Unfortunately, it looks like the purging was permanent. But who knows what amazing things we will discover on this. You've done very well. It looks like you used a gun to separate it from its head.
It was already separated when we found it. It was attached to the ship directly.
So I count 1, 2, 3 cores, data drives, and 2 weapon cores. So that's an extra 10,000 credits to your pay. Does that sound about right? As he's totally rubbing his chin in a way where he's hoping you'll say less. As promised, then, you've earned your 26,000 credits. And he immediately goes up